I'm Amanda.
And I'm Peyton.
And this is Keeping It Real-ish. Hey guys.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Welcome.
Hope everyone's doing well.
Yes.
Hope everyone's surviving this heat
Yeah.
and humidity. How are you, Pay?
Doing good.
Yeah?
Yep.
How are things?
In my personal life, my best friend's about to give birth.
Mm-hmm.
So that's fun.
Very soon.
Next
Friday?
Next Friday.
So exciting.
Work's been good. Obviously, still picking up from back to school time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have some fun stuff coming up in the salon.
Yes.
Which is good.
Yeah, we just we are a Wella color salon, and we just got some new colors in. I don't know how new they are to Wella and just new to us, and kind of got lost in translation of knowing that they existed. But we just got them all in and are putting them in stock now. So we'll have all those to add to our toolbox of options. And then we're also bringing in a new line. We use R&Co for our back bar and take home, and we're bringing in R&Co Blue.
Yeah.
Which is their luxury line.
Right.
So how much of that have you played with?
Only a little bit. Some shampoos, conditioners, and then just a couple products.
Yeah.
But I'm doing I was going to work on this weekend the training. Yeah. So I'm excited to kind of
see a little bit
more. See more. Yeah.
It's a pretty simple line.
Yeah.
It's just a couple of what would you call that? Systems maybe?
Yeah.
And then they have additional things off that, but they don't, it's not they don't have a ton of SKUs.
Yeah.
I've played with a lot of their products, and I've really loved everything I've used.
Yeah.
So it's a good line. So
I'm excited. I think it'll be fun. Just, I don't know, bringing in new stuff always sparks a little more inspiration.
Agreed.
It should be fun. Yeah.
All right. So I'm doing our I'm Obsessed this week.
Okay.
And this is something that actually my aunt gave me this. It was really cute. One Christmas, she put together small little, these are some of my favorite things for my sister and I.
Cute.
And it was in personal care type stuff. And it was so sweet, but it was also y'all are getting older, and here's some.
They're here.
Yeah.
And you're okay.
But she had this micellar water in it, and it's the Bioderma micellar water. So prior to this, I would always just use the makeup remover wipes and then wash my face, and I felt like those just, I didn't like the texture I would feel to my skin. And I love this stuff. So I just use, I have these little disposable cloths, and I just use this and wipe off my makeup prior to washing my face. And I feel like it removes my makeup very well without feeling like it is too abrasive to my face.
Okay.
And what I really, really love about it is I use a tubing mascara.
Yes.
Because, not necessarily because I want to add a lot of volume or length to my eyes. It's because I unfortunately have very oily eyelids, and so it's one of the only things that I found that doesn't run when I wear it. Especially those of us that are behind the chair understand this. When you're blow drying hair all day long and all of that hair is hitting you, it would really, really do it, where it's I look up, all of a sudden I've just mascara running down my face.
Yeah.
It doesn't do that, but because it's a tubing mascara, it's kind of harder to get off your eyes, and that will take it off. Ooh, that echoed. It'll take it off really, really easily.
Yeah.
And then my skin doesn't feel like it's had too much abrasive, anything to it. And then, of course, I just wash my face after that. So, yeah, that's my
love.
And, you actually can get it in a 2-pack on Amazon.
Perfect.
Which is wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
So I just always keep it stocked. It's made in France. So we're just, we love that. But yeah, it's just great. So it's Bioderma's Micellar water. That's how I always say it. Is that right?
I think so.
Okay.
Micellar water?
That's just how I've always, Micellar water.
Yeah.
So yeah. It says it cleanses. I'm like, it doesn't cleanse. You would need to wash your face after. But it does work well. So
love. Yeah. Yay.
A lot.
Perfect.
We love a clean face.
We do. I just use makeup wipes and hope for the best.
But
I know what you mean. Like, after I do, it kind of feels like, I don't know if the word is silicone-y, but silicone-y.
Yeah, I always felt like it felt like there was like a film on my face.
Like a film of something, yes.
But then I also felt like I would have to like really scrub. Which your beautiful young 26-year-old skin that's bouncy and all of that, it's great. But I don't want to rub my skin really hard.
Right.
So, yeah, it works really nicely. So, and there is very little that I love in this world more than coming home and washing my face.
Yes.
I just love that so much.
I love that for you. I would get overstimulated.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like the water dripping down. It makes my whole bathroom messy. I'm just...
No. Oh, it's like going in at the end of the day and taking all my jewelry off and then washing my face.
The best.
It's like I'm putting my day away. And then I can just like enjoy the rest of my evening.
That's so funny. My friends won't even wear, which like probably like I think it's disgusting to some, not disgusting to others, aka me. I don't care. Like if it's the middle of the day and I have makeup on and I go and take a nap, people are like, "You're sick." That like I'll lay in my bed with makeup on. I don't care.
Oh, I don't care about that.
My friends hate it.
Though never nap in my bed.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I make my bed. No, I do nap. I do love a nap. I don't
20 minutes.
Yeah.
My naps are like 3 hours.
No, I don't do that. That's a coma. You're sleeping. That's a sleep.
I need to be like,
a nap. That's
I don't think that my REM, or I don't think I'm like in a true nap if I don't hit REM.
But no, I'll nap. I'll do like not days I work because we don't have that
time.
But weekends and days that I don't work, I love a little 15, 20 minute snooze. It's great.
They do say that that's like the healthiest. That's what you should do.
But if I nap if I were to nap for like an hour and a half, I don't know
you feel
why.
horrible after.
Well, and I feel nauseous.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't feel nauseous. I do feel horrible. Yeah. 100%.
Well, yeah, because your body is like, hold on.
Yeah, like
you gave me partial sleep.
There's like a name for it, and I don't remember the name for it, but it's literally like when you nap and you wake up and you feel like fatigued, like foggy, like very groggy. It's like a full name.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's because like your body like isn't actually supposed to have that. Mm-hmm. Like if you nap, it's supposed to be like 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
Well, and I think sleep in general, like getting off on a side note here, but like in general, like if you think about it, like as a species, we really are supposed to like nap with the cycle of the day. So like when the sun sets, like we should like go to sleep, and when the sun's up, we should wake up. But our lifestyle doesn't really allow for that. So I feel like it's just like a rat race of always trying to catch the right amount of like what your body needs, but also like meeting society needs.
Yeah. Circadian rhythm.
Yeah. That's right. Good vocabulary word.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yes.
Okay. So, Pay, tell us what we're talking about today.
Okay. So I did a little poll and I asked on our Instagram. So go follow us on Instagram if you don't already. Kind of some stylist favorite trends that that we've had since working behind the chair, and then your least favorite trends from working behind the chair. Mm-hmm. So I have just some screenshots of some of the answers, which surprisingly no one really said anything the same, which was like surprising. I figured people would have kind of like similar responses. But here are just
that is kind of interesting.
Right? Here are just some responses that we've had. So we have bold lived in color for these are our favorites, the favorites you've had behind the chair since we're behind the chair.
What do you think that means necessarily? Like bold lived in color?
I know, like
less blended, like more dimensional kind of color that's lived in.
When I thought bold lived in color, like I would think a bold color, but it being lived in. So like red.
Interesting. Like, that's not where my mind would have gone. Okay.
So yes, but like I know what you mean, because that is kind of, or yeah, I know what you mean, like, or like dimensional,
as
like,
opposed to like a blended lived in color.
Yes. Yeah.
I would be curious.
I know. We'll have to ask. Yeah. That was from Christian. We'll have to ask
Christian. Okay. Yeah.
Amanda said she loves undercuts, which is crazy. You love undercuts? Go ahead, share. Why do you love undercuts? Please enlighten us.
Well, I mean, I've done this for like a long time. So there's been tons of trends and come and go. And then they've also changed because when I first started, like there were way less trends. Whereas now you have just like it runs the gamut of like trends for different types of hair and different types of people and all that sort of thing and then you have micro trends and like all that stuff. So I've been through lots, but when I like really had to like think like, okay, what is a trend that was like, oh, it was the first thing I feel like once I had a foundation of really knowing what I was doing behind the chair that was new to me, that I was really excited about, and I really liked the options of what you could do with doing an undercut.
Okay, I could see that.
So that's why for me it was like, it wasn't necessarily like, oh, I love undercuts, like they look so cool. It wasn't that. It was like my experience, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Because I also said it was my least favorite.
Yes.
So I'll explain that later when we talk about those. But like, that was why it was my favorite. Like, and I do think there's a lot of them. I also had one for like years.
Insert picture here.
Where it was like I basically had like a long on top, but then everything underneath was cut super short.
Yeah.
So it was like a pixie version of like an undercut. And I thought that was like super cute, and I loved having that hairstyle. And I liked it on a lot of people, and I liked variations of that look when it came to an undercut. But I think that's why it would have to be like my favorite trend. It's not necessarily like my favorite hair.
Yes.
It was just like my favorite trend for my experience and all of that, if that makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah. Another one we got was the 90s supermodel bob, which
was a favorite.
It was a favorite.
Okay.
Which to me, I'm trying to think of like what a true 90s supermodel bob is.
Like, what's her name? Lisa Evangelista? What's that her name? Hold on. Let me look.
Like when I think of, I'm like thinking, I guess but I guess I'm thinking of like early 2000s.
Oh, I guess she didn't really have like she kind of had a bob. Please excuse Dolly. She's clearly saving us from,
That's cute.
And that was like 90s. I'll put this picture in.
Yeah.
Like that's what I would think of, like 90s bob. Which if it's like a French bob, basically.
Like a French bob.
I don't know if that's what that person meant. Maybe. But that's what I think of. Like,
I could see that.
Here's another kind of,
because I know what you mean. It's almost like that true, like that really like intense. It's not like intense. I mean, yes, but like, it's like a true bob, like a true.
And if you're talking like 90s supermodel, like that was like the time of like the whole like heroin chic, wavy thin. So you had like this long, tall, elegant, and then like this little cropped bob. So
yeah, cute.
I love a bob.
I do too. Bobs will always be in. They're always like there's always going to be a trend of a bob.
I just think I mean, right now I feel like the bobs that are in are more of like that big blowout bob and like that version of it. And I think that's adorable. I love a little on the right person. I love a little banged bob. I think it can be really, really cute. You've got like the cunty bob that's really in with the just really blunt, what's her name? Bibb. Leslie Bibb, is that her name? From White Lotus. I just think bobs in general
are always good.
In.
Yeah. The next one, which was actually also one of my favorites, but since she said it, I'll say something else. Blondes going darker, so going blonde or more lived in. I've loved that trend. I mean, we talked about it, like the Hailey Bieber blonde. Yes. That was always that was definitely probably one of my favorite. And I kind of like what we said during the Hailey Bieber episode. I also think too, blonde, just like there's a version of blonde for everybody. So Absolutely. Like when you're super blonde and you go blonde, it's such a big difference, but it looks healthy, it looks shiny, it looks new. But then if you're like a dark brunette like myself, if you were going blonde or adding blonder pieces in, it's still a pretty big transformation, but it's still like subtle enough to where you're not feeling like super out of your comfort zone.
There's like a softness to
There's a softness to it. Yeah. So I do love blonde as well. Mine that I was going to say was, I mean, kind of similar to like what we just talked about in the last episode, like the Rachel. I have loved the face frame, lots of layers. I think that's like been my favorite trend behind the chair. I just think I feel like cutting, especially in the area we're in, it can become a little monotonous, like just like a trim, like just like long layers, trim off the ends, like. Yeah. And so I felt like when the whole like lots of layers, lots of face frame came about, I felt like I was like, wait, this is so fun. This is something a little bit different, but that's still like maintainable.
I think it's a lot more palatable to the masses.
Yes.
And a lot more people, because it is something that can feel like a big change and make a big difference without being too much.
Yes. Yeah. And I would agree. I think just like, I mean, one of my favorite things, obviously, to do behind the chair is like the styling aspect. And I think styling and teaching people how to style that type of hair has been really fun too.
I think if you were to like have to pick, like, okay, you have to define with a photo what is like a representation of feminine, beautiful hair. And I think you run the gamut of all types of textures and colors and all of that, and you do a cut like that.
Yes.
That to me is that
yes
definition of like feminine, beautiful hair.
I think too, like kind of talking about it from like the last episode point of view, I think when you think of like really what you're saying, like really beautiful feminine women, like even just you think about like celebrities, you think about people that like come to mind when it comes to, or like even iconic, celebrity hair, like anything like that. I think of like even, like Elle Woods in Legally Blonde, her like layered cut, but like her bouncy blowout, the Rachel, things like they're all kind of this long layered, heavy face frame, lots of layers type of vibe, which I think is, yes, I know exactly what you mean.
Like Beyonce and Cowboy Carter when she has like, and she's got like the big blowout kind of look. It's like, it's like these women have rocked various different styles and everything looks great. But when it's like just that in particular, like just like beautiful, like very feminine, very soft.
It has a lot of movement. Like it's very pretty. Yeah, I totally agree. So now on to some of our least favorite trends that we've had behind the chair.
Yeah, okay.
Why don't you start us off with your also undercuts?
So, I mean, I probably have a few that I could name. But to each their own. But I think it's because I liked a certain version of it. I was also like just the idea of people that have like super, super dense, thick hair, just like shaving the underneath of their hair. There's something about it that just like stresses me out. I can't even explain it.
Yes.
Because it just feels like so like,
Yeah.
and it's like when you have, it's just in particular like that really, really dense hair. And then you're just like, shave out the bottom of it. I don't know why. Like, it's just, it feels so like harsh to me because of like, I get it. It's not like I look at it and I'm like, oh, there's just like such a contrast that I think that that's why. And for whatever reason, when people would do it, and originally it was like people would do like designs and stuff.
Yes.
And like that I could almost like get behind. I was like, oh, okay. So you're doing it for like the design aspect. Okay, I get it.
Or like maybe just like genuinely the look. Like if you like when your hair is up and you see the underneath.
I
like,
actually don't mind that.
I don't mind that either.
I like
I think
too.
that's fun and
There's
funky.
just something about somebody with like really thick hair and they just have like the bottom shaved so that they don't have it. It's like I get it, but there's just, it's the harshness of the concept to me that I'm just like, huh.
I also think like us as stylists, we know how annoying that will be to grow out.
I think that that's what it is.
It's part of
like,
it too.
If you ever decide to not have this,
oh, nightmare.
Oh my God.
Good luck.
I think that that's what it is.
It is that for me.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like kind of what she was talking about, like undercut means so many things to so many different like hairstyles. Like to me, when I think of undercut, the way I've thought of undercuts and been, especially being my 7th year behind the chair, like when I think of undercuts, what I've experienced being an undercut is what you're talking about, where like someone has a lot of hair and they want to completely shave the whole like bottom half of their head. And again, you know, especially when I was early on behind the chair, it never failed. People always wanted it to be like a 3-guard and then they wanted me to do a design. And I was like,
a 3-guard and then do a design?
Yeah,
How?
like,
it's so long.
Or like a 2-guard, whatever it is.
Okay.
Yeah, like 2 or 3-guard, like finger, at least like maybe like a little like finger length or thinner, or like not thinner,
like
shorter. Yes. And then they would want you to go in with a razor, which like we couldn't do razor, you know what I mean? That's like barbering work.
Right.
And so to me, I will always think of undercuts of that time where people wanted the freaking designs underneath, and I was like, whoa.
So I think you like keyed in something for me. It totally is. Like I feel like if somebody were to come to me and they're like, I want to do this, I would, and they were like, but when I decide I'm done with it, I'm just going to shave my whole head and then I'll just grow it out.
Right.
I'd be like, okay,
cool. It's the difference of growing. Well,
yeah.
it's similar to kind of growing to a certain extent, but even more severe of growing out a pixie. It's like, you know, you're going to go through that process of kind of like awkward lengths,
Right.
Things are kind of growing out weird, whatever. It's the same idea of someone completely undercutting the bottom half of their head and then having long, thick hair on top of it.
Well, it's like the problem you're fixing is going to be 1,000 times worse when you try to grow it out.
Yes.
It's kind of like, I feel the same way with like Japanese straighteners.
Yes.
Like when they came on board and you had people with super curly hair that were getting them. And I'm like, but if you ever don't have this,
it's
like
game
that,
over.
it's like just years
of work
of growing it out and just being displeased with your hair that like would stress me out.
I agree. No. Yeah. So that is one of your least favorite trends.
I would also say, when in more recent years, when everyone wanted to have gray hair and ashy hair, not a huge fan of that time.
Too, yeah.
Just because it's like, not that I don't like that look, but like not everyone can rock that look.
Yes.
And it doesn't like last very long.
No.
And like
there's so many things.
So that was also one that I was just not a huge fan of.
Yeah, I agree. One said the jellyfish haircut, which if you don't know what the jellyfish haircut is, we can either insert a picture or we'll look at, or you can look it up. But it is a very, it's just, I mean, it's the same way of like,
it's the same concept of a disconnected cut. It's just that it's on top of your head and in your face as opposed to like hidden underneath.
And also too, like I always think about the grow out of that and having to like then reshape that when you're over it.
Right. Again, shave your head.
Shave your head.
It's kind of like that's going to be your only way of just softly growing that out.
Yeah.
It's
thundering. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, I got a notification on my phone that my power's out. I was like, cool.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's fine.
You're not there.
I'm not there, so whatever. Normally they fix it quick.
But yeah, I'll put a picture in of
the jellyfish haircut.
Yes. I feel like, when did that kind of, it's been
a couple years.
2-3 years ago.
But like Christian also said it. It was Christian who said it. And you know what's so funny? I feel honestly has had to do like, I think she's honestly had to do one or two like behind the chair. No one's ever sat in my chair and really wanted something like that. But we've had a couple girls in the salon have to do that. And I mean, they executed it well, but
I actually think it can look really cool.
It can look really cool.
It's the same concept of like when you go to grow it out. Like,
yeah, it's going to be a whole thing.
And it's also a hair, but that one in particular is a hairstyle that if it's not fixed to show off what it is, it just looks like you took a weed whacker to your hair.
Like it looks like a bad haircut. It needs to be but also to me, it also needs to be styled well so that it looks purposeful as well. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So the other one we had, which was really surprising, was a butterfly cut. Which to me, a butterfly cut, it's similar to like layers, face frame, all of that. It just has a name. And honestly, I think maybe part of the reason that this is in here is simply the name aspect of it.
I think so. I hope so, because if not, and if it's for the haircut itself, it is a wrong opinion.
Sorry, wrong opinion. I think it's more so the name of it. I think people get really annoyed with the names of trends, which I could understand.
I think there was something about the butterfly haircut that in particular struck a nerve with so many people that it was like all of a sudden this butterfly haircut, butterfly haircut. And then you had all these stylists that are like, this haircut's been around for forever.
Right.
But I actually changed my tune because I was like that initially. And then I read something or saw something somebody posted and they were like, names of trends are great in the sense that it creates a easier communication between the guest and the stylist.
I do agree with that.
And so it was like that really changed my perspective of that, because I was in the same boat. Like I was just like, oh, you want a curtain bang?
Yeah.
Oh, you want a curtain bang? They've been around forever. And it's like, no, it's just that is an easier way for a person to explain what they want.
I mean, it's the same idea of Hailey Bieber blonde. Like it's the same idea. It's just
Cowboy Copper. Like it's like they just
it's just easy, to kind of for everyone to be on the same page in a sense. Obviously, pictures still help, but I will say though, sometimes people do take the butterfly cut really, really extreme, and it starts looking a little mullety.
Yeah, which like if that's your intention, cool. Like that, you're getting more into like the wolf cut territory,
like wolf cutty.
But yeah, I mean. Yeah, if that's your intention, great. But if you're going for here's the thing. Like if you're going for a butterfly haircut, then you have to maintain your length in the front.
For sure.
So like your little hair in front of the ear, like that still has to be long. So if that goes away, then that's not a butterfly haircut. Then that starts
feeling wolf cutty. Yeah. And then we also had someone say micro bangs, which I will kind of tag along with the bang trend. Micro bangs obviously meaning super short, normally straight across, like whatever. I definitely would have to agree with this. I would say I'm just not a huge bang person in general. I think when it looks good, it looks good. I think when it doesn't, it doesn't. And I don't really think there's an in-between. For me, the bang situation, I think my least favorite trend I've had behind the chair is the wispy bangs. And the reason I think a wispy bang is it's more so I think it looks cute on the right person in the right instance. To me, I think where where the wispy bang frustrates me is you're still cutting these pieces so short and you need to train your hair. To train 5 hairs of a wispy bang is so frustrating to have to do. And the call's coming from inside the house because I also had a wispy bang at one point and I have a cowlick. So it was always just about 4 hairs right on one side of my head and like 1 on the other. And it never looked good. And it was frustrating to have to deal with. It was frustrating to have to train. And now anytime anyone sits in my chair wanting like a tiny little wisp, I understand that it looks cute and whatever, but I'm like, I hope you're willing to put in a lot of work to styling it. And I just don't feel like most people are willing to do that, especially in our hot Texas heat.
Well, so it's tricky because it's like bangs are tricky in general. And I actually I love bangs.
Yeah.
So,
you do love a bang.
I love a bang.
Yeah.
I love a micro bang. I think they're adorable.
Right.
I wore straight across bangs. I've worn side sweat bangs, curtain bangs, like you name it. So I do love bangs, but I think in particular with like wispy bangs, it's like, first of all, you have to have like the right hair texture,
Yes,
for it to not just look like greasy, chunky, like weird on your forehead. And then it's like you can't have any cowlicks, because if you have any cowlicks, that's not enough weight to even like train it to do anything. It's never going to do that. And then also, it's like, if it's ever windy, forget it.
Yeah.
Like,
yes,
you're done.
Yeah. And then they just start looking like little, just like,
it looks like a kid that cut bangs.
It can start looking very home cut.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I've just never really, I think cutting them is frustrating. I think for the client, styling them is frustrating. And I think it sounds good in retrospect. I think it looks good in retrospect. Like, I think people see pictures of girls on Pinterest with like a couple little wispy pieces. And I'm like, I'm sure they like specifically put that in their face and then took a picture of it. Like,
it's kind of like the equivalent of like, we all have an outfit that we love and we put it on and we're like, this looks so great. It looks so good. But like, we know that when we walk out the house, like, we can't sit down, we can't bend over, we can't move. So it's like, it looks great, but like, you can't live your life.
No.
Like, that's the equivalent.
It's the equivalent.
Where it's like, yeah, it looks great. Like, undeniably, like, it looks adorable, but like, you can't live your life.
Well, and then I think it goes back again with like any sort of bang situation. They're annoying to grow out.
Well, they're annoying to grow out, and they're like, as someone who has worn bangs, like, it becomes like such a part of your life, because like, I remember when I wore bangs, like straight across bangs. Well, first of all, I'm an oily girl. Like, my hair gets oily, my skin gets oily, less so as I age these days, but you know, that's whatever. But so I can remember, like, you always have to like at least shampoo your bangs.
Yes.
Because they get oily and weird. And then anytime I would walk outside, if it was like breezy, it was just habit. I would literally like walk like this.
Yeah.
To make sure they didn't like fly around.
So much maintenance.
It's like it's like when you wear glasses and then you don't have them on and you just like push your glasses up that aren't really there. It's like that equivalent. So I would literally just walk around like this just to maintain my hairstyle. Like, that's normal. Yeah. But yeah, it's a commitment.
It's a commitment. I think when it looks good, it looks good. But I just think it is not my journey that I would want to be on if I was a person with bangs. But yeah, those were some of our favorite and least favorite. Obviously, send yours in if you have any that you really like or haven't liked doing, behind the chair. And trends they're always coming and going. So
always. And now we get all the micro trends and all the
little TikTok, all of that. But yeah,
it's not hair, but I'm not a huge fan of the trend when people were like bleaching their eyebrows out.
Yeah,
I didn't love that.
On the right person, I think it looked cool, I guess.
It's like one of those things, like, it probably looks cool if your like makeup's done perfect and your hair looks good and all that, but it's like outside of that, you just I feel like it just looks kind of weird.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, send us in anything you have if you want to add to. Be curious to hear. All right. Well, until next time, keep keeping it realish.